Okay, so I wanted to have a conversation about relationship dynamics that's beyond the 50-50 conversation. Now, I seen a clip from Keyshia Ka'oir. She's the one who's married to Gucci Mane. And I know she is Caribbean. I believe she's Jamaican, and I also know she's a Capricorn. I'm saying the Capricorn part for a reason. I'm gonna say I'm circling back to that later. And she was speaking about her marriage dynamic with Gucci Mane and how she was like, he don't have to do nothing outside of make music. I don't want him to worry about anything. I can't gotta do nothing but shower. I take care of everything. The bills, of course, like paying the bills. You know how like women do, like they'll take the husband's money and pay the bills and stuff like that. And she's like, I pick out his clothes, I do this, I do this, I do this, like the wifely things, X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 whatever. And what's interesting to me is that I wish if we could get out the 50-50 type of conversation, is that I think marriages and relationships can have so many different dynamics and women who desire different things. And I'm not saying what Keyshia Ka'oir said was wrong or anything like that, because it's a lot of women who view marriage and relationships in that dynamic. But upon hearing that, I was like, I want to be there for my partner, relationship or marriage when I do cross that bridge. But I think I would like a partner who also had their own autonomy and independence, if they make sense. And I'm not saying that Gucci Mane or whatever doesn't. I'm not saying it at all. But I don't think outside of like, oh, I was out and I seen this and X, Y, and Z, I want to shop for a man. Not like, not buy him stuff. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't want to have to be the person that is doing everything for a person. And I don't think that is necessarily the only way to show up in relationships. I don't think people who desire to do that are wrong. And I don't think that people who don't desire to do that is wrong. It's like, and I'm talking about outside of, oh, cooking a meal, cleaning the house, X, Y, and Z, because most people who even have money, they either have chefs or housekeepers and stuff like that. So I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying like the way that she was like, she said she enjoys doing it, and it's a lot of women who do. But it was just, I was sitting back like, yeah, I don't think that would be a relationship dynamic that will work for me. And again, not like in a comparison thing, but that's what you do. You look at marriages, relationships, and stuff like that. Again, if we get beyond and outside of who's paying for what, 50-50, you really get to see, you get to explore relationships and what you like and what you don't like. I also realized that I know like a lot of women talk about, oh, I want a rich man, X, Y, and Z, which ain't not wrong, because long time I spoke about that too. But I think I realized that I'm someone who would enjoy building with a partner more than I would enjoy having a partner who 1000% built their wealth and everything prior to me getting in a relationship, or has a partner that is like eons way more successful than I am. And not like out of jealousy or anything like that, but I do think, again, with listening to women who have experienced it and psychologists and stuff like that, looking at interviews and stuff like that, a lot of women speak about how you lose your own autonomy when you are placed in positions where you don't work, you don't do anything like that, and your man 100% provides for you. And they speak about the difference in dynamics with that. And I'm not going to dive too deep into that, because women online often lose the plot with that conversation, with the need to prove things or kind of seem like they're kept. And in this conversation for the women who actually like to think and, speak about the difference in relationships to the things that they desire. But I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. I turned 34 this year, and it's like a lot of the beliefs and things I held around relationships, I'm realizing no longer hold true for me. And yeah, I think independence, partnership and community, of course, in a relationship, and compromising and building together. But also, I think I desire a partner who has some sense of independence and who I can build with. Like, I want success. That's why I want my partner to have success. But I don't think I desire to be in a power dynamic where the man like everything is revolved around the man. Like as far as like, let's say how someone's dating an athlete or something like that, you pretty much got to go where he goes. Like he pretty much dictates the pace of everything, and not like in like a power struggle type of way. Because again, there's a lot of women who love to do that. I'm not saying it's anything wrong with that, but I'm saying in the sense of like the type of person that I am, I think I would thrive better in a relationship where it's two people who are of equal importance. And again, I'm not saying women who date men who are athletes or whatever are not important. I'm not saying it all, but y'all get what I'm saying. I gotta say that because TikTok, you'll say one thing and they'll take it and run with it. But I don't know. I just think it's just very different and interesting how I'm starting to view relationship dynamics and what I want, what I desire, and how I want to show up and how I want my partner to show up. And I think if we could get beyond the 50-50 conversation, I think a lot of these conversations would be useful for women to have, or men too, whatever. Oh, and I almost forgot that I said I was going to add in the Capricorn part. So, what I realized about Capricorn women is I think that despite them being an earth sign, they love being of service in their capacity within relationships. Because years ago, I was friends with a Capricorn woman and we were out, and her boyfriend, I'm not gonna put his son out there, but he was also a fellow earth sign, whatever. But like he was like calling her like constantly the whole time we were out. And it was like for simple stuff that he could figure out on his own, but she was like telling him everything to do. Like, no, you do this, da da da, call this, whatever. Okay, I'll call this person XYZ. And I realized again, even back then, I never want to be in a relationship dynamic like that where a man is incapable of doing simple tasks for himself. And again, I'm not being judgy in the sense of saying there was like anything wrong with that or what she was doing, because people love in different ways and people feel valued in different ways. Um, but we kept doing it. I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, damn, this nigga can't figure out how to do X, Y, and Z. He can't figure out how to do da da da, blah, 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 blah. And again, right, I noticed with Capricorn women, now, is it an earth sign control thing? I don't know. In the world, we never know. But I do notice that a lot of Capricorn women are very similar to Keyshia Ka'oir in that capacity where they like to be everything for their partner, um, which is drastically different. I'm a Cancer, but I got Leo placements too, but I'm like, yeah, I don't think I would want to have a relationship dynamic that's like that.